Recently, the National Security Agency's surveillance programs have been a topic of controversy, with their efforts to track terrorists through phone and internet surveillance while abusing the civil liberties of Americans. The Justice Department seized phone records of Associated Press journalists during 2 months in 2012. The department said more than 20 of their phone lines were seized to track government leaks of classified information about a foiled terror plot. Dr. Mark McKenzie, assistant professor of political science at Texas Tech University, says protecting our citizens has even hit home locally here in the South Plains.
There was someone living near campus in Lubbock who wanted to engage in terrorist activities. So there are people out there, and we have to find programs that will stop them. But the question is does that mean that we just allow any program for the government to use that violates our constitutional rights that then could be used against us somewhere down the road?
He says according to the Patriot Act, the government has to have probable cause to collect information, and that information has to be relevant.
When the NSA collects your phone records, it has to be relevant to a terrorism investigation. But the question is, if they collect everyone's phone number in the United States, if everyone's phone number is collected, then that completely eviscerates the meaning of relevant.
Anthony Hall, a broadcast journalism graduate of Texas Tech, says it is not as bad as it seems, and he trusts the press will stay on top of it.
I don't feel like it's sort of the dire situation that a lot of people make it out to be. There are people who will say, the next thing we'll know will be, wholesale arresting and detaining journalists just like they were terrorists, and I don't see that happening, simply because of the strength of the global press that we have now. I mean, people would notice like that.
Although Hall is confident in the strength of the press, he says as a journalist this can be detrimental to holding the government accountable.
As journalists, are we supposed to just accept that we're never going to get this, or are we supposed to keep looking for sources and then be considered performing espionage instead of just investigative journalism?
Assistant professor at the College of Media and Communication at Tech, Pete Bruton, says he hopes to use this as an example for future journalists in his classrooms.
If you get a call from someone, a whistleblower wants to talk, you need to set up a meeting in person and do whatever you can to protect their identity, because the government is actively looking for these people now.
Reporting for KTTZ, I'm Lauren Bogle.